Welcome everybody back to the Jayhawks Dynasty here, episode 49, and I am a little bit stuffed up right now, so if my voice sounds weird, I apologize for that, but the Jayhawks come off of their biggest win in the series, a big win against Oklahoma, the first time they beat them through 4 seasons, and now they head into a matchup against Iowa State, a team that has done surprisingly well this year despite losing a large majority of their production the past few seasons, so we will see how well they can bounce back from those losses. 1st and 10 is where we will start the day as Deion Silas up the middle, running over some people for 23 yards, and Hunter Dekkers, the Cyclones quarterback, has had himself an excellent start to the year. 12 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, but he can't stay up that time. He gets sacked for 8 yards. 3rd and 22 is where they pick it back up. Dekkers out of the shotgun. He continues to have Silas right beside him. He takes the snap, wants to throw downfield, finds a man, and he is out of bounds. They will not call it a completed pass. So now the Jayhawks will have an opportunity to strike first. 1st and 10. Butler going down the middle of the field, and it's Cardell right on the tail of the logo there, right around the 52-yard line, no, the 49-yard line or so. 3rd and 7 is where we pick up next time. He wants to run it. He's got a lot of space on the outside, but he launches it, and it's a little off mark. So 4th down, and they would punt it away. So 2 straight punts for both teams. Now 1st and 10 for Dekkers. He's going to go outside to the tight end Dean. He's got some blocking downfield. Cuts it back inside, and Easton Dean's got a 16-yard solid catch and run there. 2nd and 10 now. And both of these teams come into the week 5-2 on the season as Silas just makes Wheeler look like an animal there. He just pushes him off. And the Cyclones did get a 1st down out of that, but now a 3rd and 11. Over 2.5 minutes remain in the quarter. Dekkers wants to throw. The left-handed quarterback fires downfield, and it's deflected. What a diving attempt by Romello Dotson as this Jayhawks defense comes through once again. 3rd and 7 on the next possession. Neal's going to get it on the run. Does he get there? He does not. Slammed to the ground. He actually gets 7 yards. They're going to call him short by a few inches. So now it's a 4th and 1. Butler rolling around. Nobody open. So instead he takes off and slides right into the feet of the linebacker. But it's still a 1st down nevertheless. 2nd and 6. Calling some audibles, wants to throw this time, fires across the middle to Harris. Harris at the 30, at the 25, and down right around the 23-yard line with an 18-yard catch and run. And a 2nd and 10 is where we pick back up. Butler wants to throw, under pressure, hit as he throws into the end zone, touchdown. Lawrence Arnold on the post route is able to get open behind his zone safety, and despite the big hit on the pass, Maurice Butler makes himself a great play to get that one in the air. 3rd and 2 is where we pick up the Cyclones. Next is going to be Dekkers on a read option where he will keep it himself, and 50-yard line is where he gets taken down right on the middle of the Jayhawks. So 6:04 remaining in the second quarter. 7-0 is the score. Dekkers, 1st and 10, wants to take off. He's going to run down the field, makes a few men miss. He's got some great blocking, breaks the tackle. A wide open into the 15, the 10, the 5, touchdown Cyclones. I got into my bidding voice right there as I went super fast, and Hunter Dekkers, he made me regret it. 1st down, touchdown for Hunter Dekkers. 3rd and 10 on the next Jayhawks possession. He's going to fire, and Cardell is going to try and get stripped by the linebacker, but a 19-yard catch is where he's finally brought down. Now 2nd and 4, they give it to Neal, and he struggled so far, but 5 yards up the middle to keep it a game. 4:16 remaining and counting. Butler on a play action wants to throw downfield. Got a man wide open, and that's going to be Bryson Gay. 15 yards as he catches that one in stride, and now a 1st and goal. Butler, another play action, fires to the end zone. Touchdown. Who else would it be? Trevor Cardell, the All-American tight end. He came back for his senior year, and he is not regretting it so far. 2nd and 4 for the Cyclones on their next possession. He's going to give it to Silas, and he is getting taken down easily by Nate Smith in the backfield. 3-yard loss, and now a 3rd and 7. Silas remains in the backfield. Dekkers wants to throw it this time. He wants to take off. Can he get there? He cannot. Hit hard from the front as he was stumbling by Donovan Gaines, and instead the Jayhawks will get the ball back with about a minute and a half remaining in this second quarter. Butler on a 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, he's got a two-back set. He takes the snap, nobody open immediately, so he rolls around to the outside, wants to take off, got a block on the edge, and he runs out of bounds after 12 yards. And the Jayhawks, once again, with a clutch first down. A minute 16 now, not counting down, 1st and 10. Butler, play action pass again, wants to throw, nobody's open, but he finds Cardell in coverage, almost intercepted, but a beautiful catch and concentration there by Trevor Cardell. Now 1st and 10, Butler fires across the middle. Arnold gets open, and he's brought down at the 1 yard line. A chance to score again. 32 seconds remain. Butler out of the shotgun, firing to the end zone on the slant, touchdown. His 3rd of the half. Majik Rector with his 1st touchdown of the day. And the Jayhawks lead is extended 21-7 now. And the kickoff will go back to the Cyclones. Lester's going to return it. He's got some space and some blocking up the left side. Makes one man miss. He's got the kicker to beat. The kicker is going to make a man miss. Finally brought down at about the 25. Cameron Dabney saves a touchdown there with 18 seconds left. And the Cyclones will settle for a field goal before halftime as they get another point on the board. Down by 11 now is where we will pick back up in the second half. Butler on 2nd and 10, play action, fires to the outside, and Arnold gets hit hard, but he makes a grab, and he holds on to it. 2nd and 2 now is where we pick back up after that one. Butler out of the shotgun, not a play action. Instead, he fires in the flats to Cardell, who's going to outrun a man on the outside and pushed out of bounds right around the 20-yard line. That would be a 19-yard catch and run by Trevor Cardell. Now 1st and 10, he's going to throw to the outside. Arnold on the corner route. Touchdown, Jayhawks. Rock Chalk Jayhawk is going strong today. 28-10 early in the 3rd quarter. The Jayhawks offense has been unstoppable all year long, and the Deion Silas read option pays off there as Cornell Wheeler expects Deckers to keep it, and instead they get a 1st down and just a little bit more right there with that 12-yard run. Now 3rd and 10 on the same possession. 5:50 remains. Deckers sends a man in motion, wants to throw downfield. No one's open immediately. He is sacked from behind by Wheeler. So the 8-yard blindside loss will cost the Cyclones the series, and now a 1st and 10 is where we pick back up. Butler still throwing to the outside to Neal on the wheel route, and a 10-yard catch is enough to just barely move the chains as they mark them just a little bit farther past the line. Now on a 4th and 8 is where they go for it, and Butler is going to scramble to the outside, picks up some great blocking, 17 yards, and now a 3rd and 7. And if I'm going to be honest with you guys, a lot of these last few minutes is going to be a little boring, but Craig McDonald with the interception. A lot of these last 2 quarters is just back and forth between the Cyclones and Jayhawks, so we will skip a lot of it. But now a 2nd and 13 is where the Cyclones pick back up. Deckers wants to throw across the middle, deflected by Jacoby Bryant. So the Cyclones once again get to a 3rd down. They have not been able to convert many of these today. 3:03 remains in the quarter. He's going to bring a man in motion. Deckers out of the shotgun, wants to throw. Nobody's open. Instead, he's sacked right around the 5. Maybe back at the 3 is where they're going to mark him. Damarian Alexander. And now the Jayhawks have excellent territory starting in their next drive. Devin Neal up the middle for 6 yards. 2nd and 4. Now a 1st and goal. Butler trying to redeem himself from that interception. Wants to roll out. Fires to the end zone, and it's caught. Sean Johnson, another one on this season, and he has had a terrific year. 5th touchdown of the day for Maurice Butler. And the Jayhawks lead now extends to 25 with 40 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 5. Deckers is going to run outside, and he's flipped in the air. 1-yard run, but Nate Smith is there to make sure he does not move those chains. 3rd and 9 now on the next possession. Butler rolling around, trying to escape his man, and he just takes the sack. A 19-yard loss. Big one there, but thankfully it won't have much impact on this game, at least right now. 2nd and 12. Deckers out of the shotgun, rolling around, sacked. He tried to spin out of the tackle, but instead he is brought down hard. 3rd and 18 now is where we pick back up. Deckers on another play. He's under pressure, and he's sacked again. Who else would it be? Keenan Caldwell with his 1st of the day. 4:49 and counting. 2nd and 5. They're going to go to the outside to Neal. He's got a great block on the outside, cutting around the edge, and he's pushed out of bounds. 11 yards later, another 1st down, so they would settle for a field goal here. But unfortunately, Vincent just would not put enough power behind it, and it would come up short. So the 25-point lead stands, and the Jayhawks are still ahead by that much. Now a 3rd and 10 on the next Cyclones possession. Looks like they want to go to Silas, and he is going to break up the middle, but he's not going to get there. So instead, the Cyclones elect to punt it again. Not much use in going for it, considering there's no way you're coming back at this point. Now they give it to Neal on the next 1st and 10. He breaks a man's ankles out to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, and he's finally pushed out of bounds. A 31-yard run on the counter play. And a 2nd and 9 now. Going to give it to Neal again. He's up the middle again on another inside zone run. He is dominating these last few quarters. As we always know, Devin Neal gets stronger as the day goes along. 3rd and 1 is where we give it to him again. Cutting to the outside. Got a great pancake block, and he's going to break a man down inside the 10 at the 21-yard run. And the Jayhawks on a 2nd and goal will resume the drive to Daniel Hishaw Jr. dives into the end zone. 42-10, and that would be the final today, folks, as the Jayhawks come out here and dominate. A truly dominating performance against a solid Cyclones team. Maurice Butler finished the day with 5 touchdowns and an outstanding game. Jayhawks advanced to 6-2 on the season and are now in the front-running seat to make the Big 12 Conference Championship on their division side, as they have had themselves a terrific season to this point. I'll see you guys now in the post-game press conference with head coach Smee. And welcome everybody now to the post-game press conference here. Much the same as we do all of these episodes. We're just going to give a recap, and I just wanted to make this a little bit more realistic here as we go through and look at these statistics. Now, Maurice Butler, the best quarterback game I've had across this entire series, and as the head coach of this team, these last 2 games we've had with him, he has been one of the best quarterbacks, the best looking quarterback on the field for the Jayhawks in a long time. I can't even really think of a game where Conrad Hawley or Jason Bean even came close to this. 5 touchdowns, the 1 interception. He did try to force it in there late when we were already up, but at the end of the day, it did not make much of a difference. Rushing-wise, we also had a terrific game. Devin Neal, 29 for 176, 6 yards per carry. He could not break the plane, but we did see Daniel Hishaw Jr. there. 1 touchdown run late in that 4th quarter. We go down here. Lawrence Arnold had himself a terrific day with 2 touchdowns, 6 catches, 121 yards. Trevor Cardell finally had the best game this year for him. He has had some struggles getting into the end zone, but 5 for 81 and a touchdown for him. Then we go down here. We had Marzik Rector with his 1 touchdown and Sean Johnson with his only touchdown on 2 catches today. Cornell Wheeler had 7 total tackles, 1 sack. Marion Alexander had 5 sacks on the day. What a game from him. We did not force any turnovers. Unfortunately, Donovan Gaines and Caleb Taylor, Keenan Caldwell all had sacks in their own respect. We see Krishan Brown, Trey Staley each had a sack. So yeah, just an all-around great effort by the defense there. We did see Deontay Vincent miss his 1 field goal attempt. He made all 6 extra points though, so thankfully he was able to force that in. And as you can see in the top left there, we did crack the top 25 again. I was worried we wouldn't be able to, but now we are 22nd in the country after a bye week, heading into a matchup against a 5-4 Texas team that I could see us struggling to take down. This is going to be a very, very tough matchup, but as you can see, we've got Herb Street going with us for the win, so hopefully that'll do a little bit something. And as it's a home game, the Jayhawk crowd needs to get into this one and help this team overcome the obstacles they have not been able to in the last few seasons. So that's what I'm asking you guys. Make sure you come out and watch this next episode against Texas, especially. Make sure we get that win at home against the Texas Longhorns. Now, if we go through and look at the top 25, not too much shook up except for a big loss. We see Ohio State jump up to number 1, Tulane all the way up to number 2 as they beat 25th ranked Rice there. Southern Mississippi is up number 3, Florida State all the way up to number 4. Then we see Notre Dame stay the same at 5, Akron up to 6. They jump up 3 spots after a win against Georgia State, and man, what is that? 3 non-Power 5 teams in the top 6? Yeah, 3 non-Power 5 teams in the top 6. What a crazy thing to see, and this is where it all went wrong. Georgia, with their first loss of the year against number 4 Florida State, a team we saw jump up over top of them, and a team that takes on Clemson next week, and what quite possibly could be the game of the week. Here we are with a big opportunity in this series to see a new champion. We are going to see hopefully a team that has never made it to the BCS Bowl before with one of these non-Power 5 teams. Both of them are in the CUSA, and then we've got Akron from the MAC conference down here. Then we got USC and Washington. Arkansas is going to round out the top 10, and as I said, here we are down here at number 22. We were 24th on our bye week. After a couple losses, we're able to move up 2 spots without a game, and this could quite possibly be the biggest game of our career other than that Oklahoma game. We took down Oklahoma. We took down Iowa State, 2 teams that have been giving us trouble this entire series, and now it's time to take down Texas. We've done it before in better conditions than this, and I know we can do it now. We need this win to solidify our spot in the conference championship and give ourselves an amazing lead over the Longhorns and the tiebreaker. If we lose this one, the conference championship is left up for grabs, but if we win it, there's a very, very high chance we make it in over the Longhorns. So thankfully we have an opportunity to next week to take down the Texas Longhorns. Go ahead and drop down your comment score predictions and see how you guys are feeling about next week's game. What do you guys think is going to happen in a rivalry game like that? We have some big opportunities in the next few weeks to have the greatest Jayhawks season of all time, apart from that one legendary season back in 2010, 2011. Thank you guys for joining me on this journey continuously. And before we head out of here, I did have a few recruits commit. We had seen a few in the past. Here we are with some excellent commits down here. We already saw the few cornerbacks commit. I don't think I showed you guys the last few commits. I'm not really going to go over the board as it's much the same. Last week we saw Alexis Schroeder and Michael Whaley. Now this week we have Ty Sutton, Nate Williams, and Doug Miller. 3 more commits. 1 4-star, another 3-star, or 1 star, a 4-star, and a 3-star on the record there. So that is a great arrangement of players, and we have some other great guys in our recruiting class that look like they might bring in some amazing talent if we're able to convince them to come here to Kansas and play for the Jayhawks. And head coach Smeem's an up-and-coming young coach who in his 4th year has solidified this Jayhawks team as a top 25 team in the country. Can we take down the Longhorns? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you guys enjoy this series. I'll see you next week in the biggest game we have had in a long time against the Texas Longhorns in Kansas.